Hey, what's happening? You're watching Toonami TV. It's match day. It's Newcastle taking on Crystal Palace. It's St James's Park. It's a 7:45 kickoff this evening. This is going to be a new thing on the channel. Instead of doing early previews, I'm going to do a preview on a match day and get a feel for the match itself. I can't wait to be there tonight. It's going to be a great atmosphere, a sellout, and let's hope that we can get the job done there and then. I believe we're safe. We've got enough points now. But can we go one better and hit the magic 40 points mark? I believe we can. The squad are galvanised. Eddie Howe has really put his points across to the team since he's been here. And the lads are playing with confidence that they didn't have under Steve Bruce at the start of the season. Now, going into the match tonight against Crystal Palace, it's not going to be a straightforward one. There's never a straightforward match in the Premier League, despite how well we've done in recent home games. We are unbeaten at home in our last 5 matches, and if we could win tonight against Crystal Palace and make it 6 wins in a row, it'll be the first time that any manager has done that since 03-04. And that was under Bobby Robson. So if Eddie Howe can replicate that tonight, he can put himself in the history books. We are unbeaten in our last 2 games, which is important because we went on a 9-game unbeaten run, and then we lost some matches. I think we went 3 games without a win, and then now we've gone 2 unbeaten, which is really important to have kicked us on to keep away from that relegation zone. And we're going to this match with no real pressure on us whatsoever, because when you look at the table and you see Norwich, Burnley and Watford so far away, the shackles are off, if you like. We got the job done on Sunday against Leicester. It wasn't a great match on the eye, but when you've got players chipping in, such as Bruno, who's brought a lot of quality to our midfield, his goal in the last 20 seconds of that match has kept us in the Premier League for another season. Now, of course, Eddie Howe said in his press conference, it's not done until it's done. But he knows in his head that it is done, and that we're now just playing for points, and he wants to get to the 40 points mark as quickly as possible. And there's no better way to do that against Crystal Palace, who, they come off the back of a defeat in the FA Cup semi-final to Chelsea. They'll be... Well, it depends how they show up really tonight. Are they going to be feeling sorry for themselves, or are they going to be thinking, right, we'll forget about that and we'll try and have a good end to the season? Because Crystal Palace haven't had a bad season. If you think about, that club, the players, and if you look at, they're always in a relegation battle, but this season they've been quite comfortable, and that's why I don't think this match will be straightforward. Crystal Palace will want to respond. They haven't won, obviously, in the last 2 games. That was the FA Cup semi-final and Leicester City at the King Power Stadium. However, they did beat Arsenal 3-0 at Selhurst Park, so they are capable of turning it on any time. So we have to be wary, of their threats on the night. And we know that if we don't start well, we can be punished. It's as simple as that. And as I said, Crystal Palace will want to end the season as strongly as possible. Likewise, ourselves. Crystal Palace did beat us last season 2-1. In the corresponding fixture at St James's Park, so they have won here before, and let's hope they don't do it again. This season we have played them at Selhurst Park. We did draw 1-1. That's when Graham Jones was in charge, when Steve Bruce was given the sack after the Spurs game, and then obviously in that match we managed to rescue a point from a game which was getting away from us. But Eddie Howe, no doubt, will set up the same. He's counter-attacking football, making sure that we're keeping it tight at the back, and making sure that the likes of Shelby and Bruno get the ball as much as possible. I think in this game tonight, it's important that Chris Wood gets the service, because against Leicester at times, yes, he was frustrating, but at times on the ball, we were equally frustrating when, we're not passing the ball to him. He's making runs, but he's not getting the service into him that he needs. Yes, okay, I understand his style of play doesn't suit what we want right now, but we've still got to work as a team, and I believe if we keep putting balls into the box, something will fall for Chris Wood. Or if you just put a ball into him like we did against Wolves, when, you know, he was put through and then obviously he was fouled by the keeper. He put himself about. You know, that's what we need to see from Chris Wood. Obviously, sometimes he needs to run the channels a lot more, be a lot more quicker as well in his overall play. But I can't fault what Chris Wood has done this season, because in the Leicester game he got some unnecessary criticism, which I can understand to a degree, but at the same time, you know, he's given his best. It's not his fault that he's worth 25 million quid. That's just the market. That's just what Burnley set. But I think service is definitely important tonight. You know, we need to just start well, because in the Leicester game at times we were too slow in what we were doing, you know, especially in the final third. It was very similar in the Wolves game, you know, getting a lot of the ball, getting around the box, but not really doing anything. And we'll have to try and do that tonight. Yes, okay, we scored a couple of goals against Leicester, but again, there were both goals that probably Leicester could have dealt with it in a way. The first one for Bruno, they should deal with it, obviously, Schmeichel. But then obviously the second one that we scored, we got a slice of luck with a deflection. But then obviously our goal that we conceded for Lookman was equally poor at the back. So we have to switch on as well, because it's unlike us to concede, you know, from set pieces. We're very good at defending corners and free kicks, but it just wasn't to be on Sunday. But with Crystal Palace, we know that they have, you know, quality in abundance, and we have to watch out for them on the night. But as I said, I am expecting a close game. I don't think, as I said, it'll be straightforward. I think we will get the job done, but at times we are going to have to be patient. We are going to be missing some key players for this match. Callum Wilson, of course, will be back soon. He is getting better. We need to see him back as quickly as possible, of course. He has been a miss. Kieran Trippier as well. He's on the mend. And likewise, Ryan Fraser has suffered an injury, so he'll be out for a while. But anyone who steps in tonight has to give 100%, and they know that. And that's what I like about Eddie Howe's management. You know, the players are playing for him. They're playing for the badge. You know, they're playing for the fans. And they know now what it means to play for Newcastle United. You got Shelby the other day coming out and saying that he wants a couple of years, and that, you know, Eddie Howe's made him a better player. I like to hear that a manager can make the players better. You know, Steve Bruce was tactically out of his depth. You know, he's giving players days off, and you could see that in the actual games. The players look lethargic. They look tired after about 5-10 minutes. But under Eddie Howe, you know, they could probably play for 290 minutes. That's how strong they are. You know, that's how well Eddie Howe is training them up. You know, game in, game out. We're just getting better. And I'm at that point where I don't want the season to end, because, you know, we've hit a period now where, you know, we're on form. Obviously, 2022 has been really kind to us, winning the games that we have done, the 8 matches. It's the second best in the Premier League as this calendar year, behind Liverpool. Only they have bettered us in terms of points on the board. But it's a real transformation. It's been a real big effort, you know, by the lads. And Eddie Howe had a real job on his hands, you know, when he come into the football club. But he's proven that he's battered the media away, the comments, this, that, and the other, and he's just got on with it. And he's proven what a good manager, you know, he is. I think he's very underrated in the Premier League. I'm just glad that we made the change that we did, and Eddie Howe's been given, you know, that opportunity to manage this football club. Of course, he'll need back in the summer, but we know it's game by game, and that's how he's seen it. But in terms of the match tonight, really looking forward to it. I can't wait to be there at St James's Park tonight. I'll try and get some snapshots of the ground, and, you know, try and take in the match atmosphere. I will no longer be doing matchday vlogs because of the whole rule changes, and of course don't want to get in trouble and whatnot. I think a lot of YouTubers have done that as well. I think that they're clamping down on it. So if you are one of those YouTubers, just be very careful when you're doing content. But yeah, score prediction for tonight. I'm going to say Newcastle United 2, Crystal Palace 0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet, and we'll get the magic 40 points tonight. But please let me know your thoughts going into tonight's match against Crystal Palace at St James's Park. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you back for the post-match discussion. How are the lads?